Well, everybody, video number 2 of the day. We are about to react to them showing off all of the brand new scopes and stuff that's coming with the next Call of the Wild update. And we're going to give you guys my real-time feedback on it as they show everything off. That way I can get this video uploaded as quickly as possible after the stream is finished. For anyone that missed the last video, yes, I'm still sick, so I sound a little bit different. But it is what it is. We'll get through it. Gotta do what I gotta do to get the content out to you guys. Okay, so first of all, Jaxi is showing off what has been changed with the electronic collar. This is something we read about in the first video today, how they added some stuff to where you can add 2 calls to it at once, so it can call 2 different animals at the same time. And if you see in the top left, you have the fox bang feature, which essentially shuts the collar off whenever you take a shot. So it does allow you to toggle the fox bang on and off, so it doesn't necessarily have to turn off when you shoot. So that's cool. That's really cool. I'm glad that they have decided to make that like a toggleable thing, so you're not like forced to have it shut off whenever you shoot. That was something I saw a couple comments about. That's really nice. And honestly, the remote looks so much better too. Oh, that animation was nice as well. That's beautiful. I'm impressed with the little changes they're making to that. That actually looks a lot better than it did before. One thing I gotta say is I'm not a fan of those little like sound waves that are going above it. I don't know if that's going to be something you can see from a long distance or if it's going to be like just a short range thing, but that's a little odd to me. Maybe it's just me, but I'd prefer that it didn't have those like indicators above it. I feel like that's a little strange. There is our first look at the brand new scopes. That is the Angler 4-8X night vision. Oh, that is sick. That looks crazy. That is a thick scope right there. I'm kind of excited about this, man. Like, I think this is going to be a really fun update. There it is. That is the crosshair customization. There it is. The crosshair customization. Oh my gosh. Reticle customization is in the game, guys. Reticle customization is here. Oh my gosh. And that looks so good too. I love the majority of these reticles they decided to go with for the first implementation of this. There's so many different reticles that look really good. There's a lot of them too. Wow. I thought it said 5. I thought the post that we read in the last video said 5. Maybe that's 5 free ones, and then the other ones come with DLC or something. I suppose that could be the case. Okay, so Jaxi Beer just clarified on that. You get 7 reticles for free, no matter whether you buy the DLC or if you decide to never buy a DLC ever. You will get 7 of them for free, and then the DLC pack will come with 5 as well. So that's honestly fair. I'd see you get more of them for free than you do in the DLC. So I think honestly that is a good decision to make more free ones than paid ones. I think that's a good choice on their part. Overall, like I was saying, I really like the variety in different reticles that they're starting us out with. I mean, 7 to start out with for free, and then 5 more if you buy the scope DLC. That's a great starting point. I really hope they add some more in the future. Okay, so next up, we're looking at the 3 to 7 handgun scope. Honestly, it's not a bad model. Also, he has just mentioned that what we see in the middle, the reticle preview, that is not an indication of like what the actual scope is going to look like when you look down it. That is just, you know, a basic scope like rim that is not going to look the same as the actual scope. So we'll see what it looks like looking down the scopes later in this video. But this just gives you an idea of like the 3D model of the scope and also another close look at all of the different reticles we can use. And man, there is a lot of them. But honestly, that's a good looking handgun scope. I think it looks very similar to the old one, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong there, but instead of being silver, it's black and maybe a little bit more like thin. From what we're seeing here, it looks like that's a very thin rim on the scope, which I like. That might make it similar to the Hyperion in terms of like visibility when looking down the scope, which I hope that's the case. Here we go. We get to look at the Odin now. This is the brand new Odin rifle scope. 4 to 12x magnification. Oh my gosh, this is going to be This is going to be my go-to scope from now on. Like, without even seeing what it looks like, I already know it's going to be. 4 to 12 is literally the perfect zoom distance. That is a perfect combination between the Hyperion and the Argus, like I mentioned in the video earlier today. This is cool, man. This is so cool. I am so excited for this update. I just can't believe we're finally getting new scopes. And they appear like they're going to be some of the most useful scopes in the game. And look at that. That is a beautiful scope. Gosh, that looks good. That looks so good. I love that. Gosh, a lot of these reticles are looking really clean. Jaxie just pointed out that you will be able to put like the reticles from the already existing sites in the game, like on it already. So for example, like, I think I misspoke a little bit there, but for example, if you want to take the reticle from the crossbow scope, you can put it on any of the other scopes if you'd like, which is crazy and honestly really cool. I'm so happy that that's going to be a possibility. It may not really make too much sense in terms of like, you'd never want that in real life for the most part, but it would still be cool. Just the ability to do it is what I like. Whether or not it makes sense or not, the fact that they allow you to do it is what I love. Here we go. So, this right here is going to be the new night vision scope. Okay, this is a very bulky scope. That is a very bulky scope. Now, he is going to look down the sights in the daytime, so if you guys like your vision, you might want to look away for a second. There it is. Man. Okay, so yeah, obviously it's bright. I'll try to like darken it a little bit in editing, possibly. But it also looks good. I don't think that's too bad. That's a solid scope. The housing around it's quite large, but you know, it's a night vision scope. So like, what do you expect? I mean, there's the old night vision scope. To be honest, the new one does have better visibility and better zoom. So it's overall just better than the old night vision scope. That's kind of crazy. It actually is just better. Yeah, I definitely think this is miles better than the old night vision scope. I mean, you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think, but this is really good. And also that reticle looks clean. Oh, that looks so clean right there. Ah, it's so beautiful. I'm a huge fan so far with the little that we've seen. Oh, here we go. It's time to see the difference between the Odin and the Hyperion. So this is the Hyperion. As we all know, this is one of the best scopes in the game. A lot of people love this scope. I personally love this scope. This is my favorite current scope in the game. But I got a feeling, depending on how this one looks, it may end up being my new favorite. I mean, just on the magnification range alone, provided it has as much visibility as the Hyperion, it'll be my new favorite scope, like, no doubt. And now here it is, the brand new rifle scope, the Odin. Oh, I can't wait to see. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, this is the best scope I could have ever asked for. Look at that. Look at that. It's got like virtually no housing around it. The edge of the scope is so thin. Oh, that is perfect. And look at the magnification. Yeah, this is it. This is the best scope in the entire game. This is the best scope in the entire game. Yeah, that's just crazy. Like, the difference between them is so noticeable. I didn't think a scope could be that much better than the Hyperion, but yeah, this new Odin scope might literally be the best scope in the entire game. Here we go. Here is the brand new handgun and shotgun scope. I believe this is called the Okuma or something like that. Honestly, just sitting on... Oh, okay. Okay, so it's basically the same look. It's like the same look as the Hyperion and the Odin in terms of like the housing of the scope and stuff. That is really, really nice. Yeah, that's going to be the new king of handgun and shotgun scopes. I mean, wow, this is a banger of a DLC. This is a banger of a DLC. I mean, what more do I need to say? Every single one of these scopes is better than its competitors. Like, that is crazy. This is going to be probably one of the most useful DLCs that isn't like map related that they've added in a very, very long time. Like, this is crazy. This is going to be such a good quality of life update to the game. Better scopes, the ability to change out reticles, a bunch of free reticles for everybody, whether you buy the DLC or not. This is great. This is a super awesome update. Okay, so I missed a little bit of what he just said there, but Jax essentially said that there will be some content creator early access, so don't worry, guys. You will get an early look at all these scopes in action before it actually goes live. So it sounds like, from what he said, the weekend before the full release, which I would imagine would mean that we should get it within a few days or something like that. Or maybe, I don't know. He said that it's going to be a little bit shorter than normal, so I don't know how that's going to work, but it looks like you guys will have a chance to watch some early access content on it before making your decision as to whether or not you want to purchase it. So early access for this will be a thing, so that's going to be cool. But as for the exact details on dates, don't know those yet, but I'm sure that once we do know, we'll be able to tell you guys. Okay, so now Jaxie's kind of giving us a slightly closer look at a lot of these reticles as he's deciding what reticle he actually wants to use on the Odin. So that is really nice. We'll get a little bit of a better look at all of these where he's not speeding through them. Honestly, they look pretty good. I think that is the default Hyperion reticle. You can actually favorite them, as can you do with like pretty much every other customizable item in the game. So far, a lot of these reticles do look nice. I'm curious if he's going to show the last few. The duplex does look super, super nice. I do like the duplex center. That's a very nice reticle. Ooh. Okay, so he briefly clicked on it, but that very bottom right one looked really, really nice. I am kind of interested in the fact that he chose the dot. So we're going to get to see just the normal dot. Okay. So that's going to be interesting, being able to put just a normal dot reticle on your scope now. That's wild. All right, so here's the first shot with the Odin scope. Let's see. Boom. As you can see, that reticle is probably not going to be the best choice to use with the Odin sight, or to be honest, with any long-range scope, because it is meant to be a little bit more of like close-range stuff. That's the type of reticle that you would use on like a red dot or something like that. In most cases, at least. Obviously, there's probably scopes that have those as well, but it's primarily a short-range type of sight, or a short-range type of reticle. Because yeah, long ranges, it just covers the target. Alrighty, so Jaxie has changed reticles once again. I think it said the German something reticle. Yeah, it's called the German reticle. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm curious what it's going to look like when actually looking down the scope. I feel like that's going to be a clean one. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a solid reticle right there. That might be one that I use a decent bit just because it doesn't cover the top part of the screen. That's not bad at all, man. I like that. Now let's see what it looks like when you're actually taking shots. Oh, I like that. Oh, I love that. Oh, that looks so good. That's a clean little reticle there. Oh, man. That's with the 300 AR. That's pretty clean. I really like that reticle a lot. Like I just mentioned, that is a good reticle. That's going to be super, super useful if you want like just less on your screen, less reticle in the scope. That's nice. That's really nice. All right, so here is the night vision scope once again. We're gonna get a chance to actually look down it at the target range now. Oh man, it's bright, but I mean, you can't argue, man. That is so much better than the other one. Well, honestly, at this point in the EW stream, I don't think they're going to show off anything else new, so I think we're going to go ahead and call the video there, guys. However, if they do show off something else, it'll be tacked on before you hear this, because this will go at the end no matter what. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you haven't already, hit the like button. It's a huge help in getting these videos out to more people, which in turn helps grow the channel and allows me to do what I do. If you haven't already, leave a comment and let me know what you think of the update. Do you think this is going to be the best update ever? Do you think it's just an average update? Do you think it sucks? Let me know. I'm curious what you guys think about all these new scopes and the reticles and stuff like that. So, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.